fight fans, what's up? We are back for another edition of Jeremy Sports Network. Now, you guys, I know I've been away for a few days. And 4th of July, we just came off the UnderGround Showdown, and I've been having to work. So, let's get into it. Those of you who missed out on the UnderGround Showdown, you missed out on a fabulous event held by Terry Moss, the boss, and it was lit. Immediate reaction shows. I'm sure you've seen footage, fight footage, highlights, everything of what took place that night. Jeremy Sports Network, you already know what time it was. I was working, and I was definitely able to get some tremendous footage that night of Eric Moon, Simeon Hardy, and they put on a fabulous fight. It was hardcore from the beginning to the end. Fans was going crazy, and we have all of that. From the ringside view, from Jeremy Sports Network, we had this full fight. And what we're going to do is first, we need to talk about one thing in particular, some breaking news on today before we get to the fight is we're going to talk a little bit about Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. And Manny has come out saying that Jeff Horn is a fraud. It's a fake. Manny feels as though Jeff Horn really did not win the fight, and it was a setup. He feels that he was set up, and that came out of his mouth directly. Now, thing is, with Manny Pacquiao coming out saying that, how much pressure does that put on Bob Arum to come out and make a statement? Because we, as fight fans, everybody felt as though Manny Pacquiao won that fight. Now, there's different ways you could have scored that fight, but in particular, with Manny coming out saying this, does that raise questions for Manny to just be done away with the fight game completely? We know what happened with him and Timothy Bradley, and we know what happened with him and Juan Mel Marquez in a few of those fights. But with Manny coming out saying that to me stood out, and it was some really breaking news today. My phone was blowing up, and everybody was saying Manny came out saying that it was a setup. Well, it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. We're waiting on Bob Arum to come out with a statement on that. But now let's get into what's good. Let's talk about Eric Moon versus Simeon Hardy. Now, we all know the drama, the melee of everything that took place at the weigh-in, which set it up for us to know that fight was going to be an amazing fight. We seen two warriors in the ring. We seen Moon fighting and scrapping to go 5-0. And we seen a guy in Simeon Hardy who was coming off a layoff to try to get back in what he would say was a dominating career up until this point. Now, those of you who don't know Simeon Hardy, he's fighting out of Brooklyn, and he put on an okay performance. But Eric Moon, what more can you say about Drago? What more can you say about the guy who's walking around with dynamite in both of his hands? There's nothing more that you could say. And Eric Moon, to me, is by far the best and could be the best person in this division that's young and up and coming. You can see his skills, fabulous, phenomenal. And you're going to see it on display. So we're going to jump right into it and get into this fight. And I want you guys to be commenting and telling me what it is that you see And what is it that you feel as though maybe Eric could have done differently? Maybe Simeon Hardy could have done differently? I mean, I want to know. I want to know from a fan's perspective on how y'all felt about the fight. How did you score the fight? Do you think it was a unanimous decision on Eric Moon? Which to me it was. But I want to know how you all feel, those of you who missed out on the fight. But here we go. Eric Moon versus Simeon Hardy. And by the way, I was the only one who had all access, all access 24/7, Jeremy Sports Network. And we back there with Eric Moon while he's getting prepared. I mean, you could just feel the intensity of Moon. You can see it in his face. You got Terrell Clark saying he want a shot at him. I doubt, Terrell will be able to land a shot on this guy. But behind the scenes footage for you guys. Simeon Hardy walking out to the ring first. Walk up a little bit. You want to wait for the music to get to the right part of where you're going down.
His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, boxing out in the blue corner, had an amateur record of 42-6, pro record of 4-0, three-time Golden Glove champion from Alexander, Alabama, now in Marietta. Give it up for Eric.
By the way, you are watching this fight in particular from ringside, straight from Jeremy Sports Network. Round one underway. You see Moon starting off strong with a left hook. Hardy was trying to utilize the jab. If it was one thing that Simeon did have was a good jab, but it was not effective early on. See the jab by Hardy. But the power from Moon is spectacular. Nice jab by Moon. Moon showed great ring generalship throughout this whole entire fight. The way he moved around the ring and control the ring and keep the fight in the center of the ring whenever he wants to. That's great ring generalship. And that scores points. Ooh, nice right hand by Moon. That right hook. And was able to catch Hardy with a body shot right at the end of the round. So that first round was a really good round.
Congratulations.
You see Moon starting off the fight with a beautiful jab in the second round. You see Moon was landing with great combination, throwing Hardy off of him. Moon jab into the body is great. Once again, you see Hardy trying to utilize the jab. Ooh, nice right hand. That right hook for Moon was landing. One thing that I noticed with Simeon Hardy that a lot of people don't really talk about was the fact that he was, I don't know if he was trying to maybe confuse Moon from switching the southpaw back to orthodox. He did that a number of times in the fight, but I don't think any of it was effective enough to stop the pressure from Moon. Here's a lot of trash talk. Nice jab to the body again by Moon. Hardy was trying to get inside. And he had Moon on the ropes a number of times throughout the fight, but was not able to capitalize. Eric Moon displayed great defense. Nice jab again by Hardy. At the end of that round, one thing that I like by Moon is when he throw the right hand, whether it's to the body or to the head, he always follows back with the left. He's a complete fighter. This early in his career, he is a complete fighter. And he's only going to get better. And to me, that is what's going to be dominant for Moon, is the fact that he throws beautiful combinations. Nice right hook to the body. Jabbing with the left. Jabbing to the body again, which is very effective. Young fighters. He was tagging Hardy with the jab. And you can see that right eye of Hardy was trying to close. Hardy trying to get in with the left, but it was great defense again by Eric Moon. Moon tried to land the right hand. Nice right hand by Moon. Usually when you hurt a fighter and they come back with trying to show as if that shot didn't hurt him, 9 times out of 10, it hurt him. Moon again, jabbing to the body, straight to the head. And one thing for Hardy, he's worried about what's going on in the crowd, more so than trying to handle business with Moon. And that was one of the issues that Hardy had. Straight in the round 4 right here. Nice combination by Moon. Nice left jab. Sticking and moving. Like I said, showing ring generalship. You can tell the power that Moon has is very effective. You see Simeon trying to get on the attack, but he's not able to let his hands go. And I think what the issue was it was more so the power of Moon. But here's an opportunity that Simeon Hardy has with Moon in the corner, but he still wasn't able to capitalize. But you can see the power of Moon. Move the fight back to the center of the ring. Nice jab. You can see Simeon trying to get punches off, but it wasn't able to be as effective as he wanted him to be. One thing about Eric Moon, again, like I said, he has great ring generalship, and that stands out when judges are scoring the fight. How well can you control the ring? Moon utilizing the jab. That check lift hook right there would have been spectacular if he would have landed that punch. But great footwork again by Moon. And if you notice what I was talking about earlier with Simeon Hardy switching from southpaw to orthodox, I don't know if he was trying to confuse Moon or if he was more so confused himself because it was not effective. Moon is very comfortable. Nice jab by Moon. But you see Moon coming back with combinations And those shots landed, and he didn't hesitate to hop right back on Hardy. And you see him stumble right there. His legs are weak. But when I was talking to Moon after the fight, he knew he had an opportunity to hop up on him right then and there, but I didn't think he wanted to gas out. Nice footwork. We're now headed in round 6. Jab into the body by Moon. Again, Hardy had Moon on the ropes, but he was never able to capitalize. I think he hit Moon with a shot below the belt right there. Nice jab by Moon. You see the ring generalship. Right hook by Hardy. See the nice jab by Moon. Hardy with the left hook, but again, it was not effective. Each time Moon went to the ropes, Hardy was never able to capitalize. By this time, Moon already know he had the fight in the bag on the card. Here's some trash talk. Eric Moon with a great performance. You can tell he had the fight won in the last round. And by that time it was hit and not get hit. Simeon Hardy was not able to capitalize like we wanted him to, because we thought Simeon Hardy was going to bring some something to the fight that Eric did not see. And like I said, you can see the skills from Eric, him being a very young professional fighter. This is only going to get him probably. I see him being champion very soon. The skills are there. You see Fred Tukes in the building. We had a lot of world champions that was there that night watching this performance. Devontae Freeman from the Atlanta Falcons was there to support Moon.
The decision. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our judges have scooped in Judge Hunt 60-54, Judge Sales 59-55, Judge Twitch 59-55 for the winner by unanimous decision for the fighter
And we see Eric Moon with the victory. And there you have it. Eric Moon with another victory under his belt to go 5-0. Simeon Hardy's 13-2 now. But when I talked to Simeon was telling me, hey, you know, I came off of a 2-year layoff. I was very inactive, and that was the reason why I lost the fight. To me, you can see that Simeon Hardy has skills. I mean, he was 13-1 as a professional coming into this fight. But Eric Moon had the world against him. Nobody gave him a shot. Nobody gave him a chance to win this fight against Simeon Hardy. The only person who believed that he could win this fight was Eric Moon himself. And Eric Moon himself did the necessary things in order for him to be victorious on that night. He came in at the weigh-in, made weight, first time stepping on the scale. And when Simeon Hardy came in, he was overweight, 4 pounds overweight to be exact. So that shows a lack of discipline already coming into this fight. Eric was disciplined. He was self-motivated, and he didn't need any extra motivation going into this fight. But the fans, we know the motivation that they bestowed upon Eric. I mean, you had fans talking about betting big bets, $2,000 that Moon was going to knock Hardy out. I mean, it was so much being thrown everywhere throughout that whole entire fight. And come fight night, we was able to get a great performance by Eric Moon. Like I said, he showed ring generalship, the way he controlled the ring, the way he kept the fight in the center of the ring. Then when he did get on the ropes, Hardy wasn't able to get off. He wasn't able to get off, and I don't think it wouldn't have been as effective as it would have if he would have caught Moon with a shot. And the thing is about Eric Moon, which is so great, what I love about Eric Moon is that when they feel his power, they respect him. And I think Simeon Hardy, who did not have power, because he got a shot on Moon. But the thing is, when Moon felt his power, Moon already knew then it wasn't enough that was going to get him out of there. So he wasn't afraid of anything that Simeon Hardy was throwing. And I think Simeon Hardy could have had better combinations. He could have done things differently in order for him to be successful in this fight. But it didn't happen. Now, those of you who are fans of Eric Moon will be back in the ring on July 22nd in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you need tickets, hey, you can hit me up in my DM or drop down in the messages. Let me know you need tickets. I can contact Eric Moon for you, and we could get those tickets for you so you'll be able to see a fighter who is on the come up, who is right now primed and ready to take over the division. And he's going to be world champion. And another thing that was very spectacular, you can find that footage on YouTube at Jeremy Sports Network, is that special moment that Eric shared with world champion Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik talked to Eric about a few things. I was able to catch it on video, but the audio, with all the noise and stuff going on after the fight, I was able to hear some of what he was saying, and some of the things that he was telling Eric was the same things that I was telling you all. The way he controlled the ring was really good. He see him being a future world champion, and he gave him some tips and pointers on a few things. As far as, when he throwing a combination to come off and finish with a right hook, or, stuff that Moon already knows, because he's a complete fighter. And it's great to see a young fighter of this magnitude to be in a position of where he is now, to where he can only move up. And he do have a name. I'm telling you, he do have a name who he's calling out, but he hasn't said anything yet, and I'm not going to leak it at all, period, until he says something. And then we'll go from there. But boy, maybe if it's not this fight, but it's next fight, that's going to be a big fight right there. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to put nothing out there. And and Moon, if you're watching tonight, you see I had to rock some Georgia gear. You being an Alabama boy, me being a Georgia boy. Hey, I had to show love to Georgia. We got college football season coming up. And so this is just a little bit of trash talking coming from myself to Eric Moon, kid out of Alabama, man. He's a great kid. And we got to tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to show C.R. Barlow, Ray Barlow, great friend of mine, who made his pro debut, and he looked spectacular against Jorge Gonzalez. Dominated that fight. He think he looked sloppy, but to me, he landed great combinations, and he was able to get Jorge Gonzalez out of there, and he had a spectacular performance. So we will have C.R. Barlow co-main event fight coming to you all on tomorrow. And like I said, those of you, if you need tickets for July 22nd to see Moon back in action again, chasing win number 6 to go 6-0, hey, you can either contact me and I'll put you in position to contact Moon, or if you already follow Moon, go ahead and contact him to see how you can get tickets to show up to North Carolina and support the young champion. He's a young bull. He's a great fighter. And I promise you, you're going to get your money's worth. You're going to get your money's worth watching Eric Moon fight. And there you have it. So this is Jeremy Sports Network. I'm signing out. Everybody have a wonderful night. Make sure you go to bed. Rewatch this fight. Share this video. Like this video. And hey, we're going to be tuned in, primed, and ready to go again tomorrow at 8:30 for C.R. Barlow versus Jorge Gonzalez. This is Jeremy Sports Network signing out. Peace.